It's early morning mist, the sun up there, so bright, and you got this mist. You look at it, and when you look at this mist, yeah, you may think it's a little bit of cold weather, a little bit, but if you follow the mist, you're going to see it's actually a fire. It's a smoke. So it's a mist from fire. Sometimes you think it's from something else, but you have to follow the source, and you'll find out where exactly that mist is coming from. Welcome back to Live for Love TV. Today's the first day of the first month of the 22nd year inside the 21st century. Hope everyone's doing well out there. Today I thought, since we're starting a new year, we turn over a new leaf. And I thought I'd say something, mention something I don't normally talk about, which is Omicron. Now I know you've had enough of it all up to here, as they say, since last year, since the end of last year. Or last week, should we say. But the truth is, the Spanish flu, which ended with something very similar to Omicron, it ended when the thing became so mild, it became almost like a yearly flu, cold flu, whatever you want to call it. And then it slowly petered out as a danger, as a pandemic. Well, Omicron seems to be doing the same thing. So as you see, how they've ramped up the fear that you should take, boosters and stuff like that. The truth is that if, as the evidence is showing now, it continues to show that this is a milder form of the original COVID illness. If it's a very milder form, then it's basically the beginning of the end, or the end of whatever the beginning was. So that's how these things end. And the funny thing is, the big V that everyone all over the world was talking about had nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing to do with the end of this thing. So the good news is it could all be over. The bad news is most of us have been had. And it's not that we've put something in our bodies that may be not the best for us. That's not something I know about. I'm not a scientist, and I'm certainly not a doctor. But it's more that we've put something in our minds that's bad for us. We put in our minds that at any given point, we can be frightened out of our wits, often to do things that we really didn't want to do. And that won't change in 2022, and it certainly won't change in 2023. And if we are one of those people, we've got a lot of work to do. If we're one of these people that's so easy to fear, that no matter what anybody says, all they have to do is have a so-called science degree, and we'll believe them, then we're in big trouble. Very, very, very big trouble. So we need to seek healing, all of us in that position, including me, because sometimes you listen to the stuff and you think, oh, what's going on here? What's next? What's going on? Oh, is this really bad or whatever? You might not be frightened, but you get pulled into some of the arguments. I've done my best to stay on the outside of most of them, and I've really not got into the them versus us. As I said, there really is only us that people continually try to divide in order to rule. That's been going on for centuries. That's an age-old tactics by kings, by governments, by empires, by dictators. There's always a them and us, and it has to be. Without that, they can't rule, because when it's just an us, we all look out for one another. And I always believe in the us, regardless of when some people are even coming after people like me. I still believe in the us. They're not going to make me believe in the them and us. So, as I said, 2022 is going to be a very interesting year, because if we are at the end, and just like a wounded lion sometimes is more dangerous than even an unwounded lion. And if these people are wounded because we're coming to the end, they're going to ramp up everything they can to get as many things through that gate while they can. And they're going to get angrier and angrier, and they're going to become more dangerous. So be aware of that. Keep your guard up, as they say when you go into boxing, at all times. Keep your guard up at all times. But anyway, we'll be here for you no matter what goes on. This is Live for Love TV. Stay tuned. Take care. Love you.
People, one step more.